So, while getting lobotomized by different types of Roblox games with my friend, I thought, man, I should play something revolutionary on Roblox. And that was grow a garden. Kaiju Arisen is a very unique fighting game, better than the rest. I'll die on that hill, by the way. I mean, there isn't shitty animations or horrible game mechanics that make you want to throw your keyboard against the wall. There's just something about it. Maybe it's the history of the game itself. It's not. Maybe it's the way the players act, or maybe it's the combat. But let me start on the spam combat in Kaiju Universe. That game is boring and grindy, and I spent way too much time on that game. All right, so first thing, by the way, we're looking at the history of Kaiju Arisen. First thing we'll be looking at is all the versions up to now. I think all the versions. Probably not though. I'm not even gonna lie. So Kaiju Arisen 1.0, I think. Now, Kaiju Arisen 1.0, very cool start to the game. I mean, it has lots of kaiju, and some of the kaiju that we're missing today, like King Ghidorah and Otachi, and Shin Godzilla. Pretty cool. Uh, just to name a few. It also has somewhat familiar map, Kaiju Universe. Kind of, not really though. Uh, the map is probably way smaller than 5.0, but the playable area in 1.0 is bigger. That makes no sense. Okay. Give Okay, had a unique feature where you could play the old version of the game, which I don't think was ever brought back. That would be too cool. Also, 5.0 is much more simple design than 1.0. Or than the 1.0 menu, obviously. Kaiju of 1.0 are very interesting, considering most of them were removed by 5.0, probably because the game got overhauled. Those Kaiju would make an appearance in 5.0, hadn't it been for Toho shutting down Kaiju Rising for a couple of months. But that's for later in the video. I'm not including that. Anyway, finding footage of 1.0 was hard for this video. Now, was it? I could only find one video on YouTube by Vipertron Chaos. Link in the description to his channel, or probably just the video. If you're into kaiju games, he has you covered, because he covers all of them, I swear. Anyway, later in the video, I'll go more in depth in the kaiju. No, I won't. I cut that out. It's gonna be in my next video. Don't worry about that. I'm not saying that. Alright, let's move on to the other versions of the game. 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. So I could not find anything for 2.0 and 3.0 because I'm retarded. And I tried searching Google. Don't ever search on Google. You can't really find anything there. And I asked the AI, and I lost brain cells, so don't ask AI about anything on Google. So I tried to do 4.0, and there's a lot of videos about 4.0, which is good. Now, a feature I did not expect in 4.0 was a boss fight game mode, which would be really cool if it's brought to 5.0. And one of the bosses was Krampus. That's kind of weird. I think that was the only boss, by the way. Maybe it was just like one of them. There was also Ramil from Evangelion that only the devs could play. It's pretty cool. And the only reason I know this is there's a guy named ForkDipper6732 on YouTube sharing his experience with Ramil killing everyone in the server. Now, yet again, I would love them to add the boss fight game mode. It's very interesting. I think it would be really cool if they had it because that would just be cool. Another interesting thing is that you can play as human. Nobody expected that you could play as a human. You have 5 health, you can't attack or do anything at all. All you can do is run around and get blasted by Kaiju. And 4.0, in the version 4.0, there's a Kaiju I think that was not in 2.0 or 3.0, Destroya, which Destroya was in 1.0. I retarded ass. Holy shit, it'd be cool. And the play button to 5.0 is literally Destroya, as you can see in the beginning of the video. Also, flying mechanic 4.0 is way better than 5.0 because 5.0 you can only stay in the air for about 10 seconds. And it sucks, but it doesn't really matter though. It'd be cool if we could fly longer, but I think it would just make some characters overpowered. Anyway, another interesting thing that would be now. Okay, the Kaiju. Another interesting thing is the Kaiju I thought upgraded a lot since 1.0. As you can see, the design of Monster vs. Godzilla 1.0 compared to 4.0. 4.0 has dramatically changed since 1.0. Obviously, it's 2 versions ahead. Another cool Kaiju, only in this version of the game, is Skull Devil. I'm lying. I don't know what I was on writing the script, but I need to lie. Which is the larger version of Skullcrawler. Overall, a very unique version of the game, with a boss fight mode, new Kaiju that were not there before. I need to not read off my script. 4.0 is just a stepping stone to basically the final version of the game. Kaiju, now I'm going to speak of the Kaiju in 4.0. Now you might be thinking, where the hell is 5.0? Why have I not talked about it? Well, it's because, I just wanted to talk about the Kaiju before I went on to 5.0 because very interesting, I'm not even gonna lie. And because 1.0 and 4.0 are interesting topics, considering the fact they are barely documented on YouTube and Google and the wiki. There's nothing about the older versions on the wiki. I kind of hate freaking. Anyway, 1.0 probably has the most amount of Kaiju, considering the fact they got the flying goober. I have no idea what it's called. In fact, 20 Kaiju in 1.0. I'm about to list them off, so if you don't want to gouge your ears out, that's spelled that wrong. Skip ahead. Alright, I'll start listing them off now. If you skipped, you suck. Scroll Caller, Cross-eyed 1954, Warbat, for some reason. I'm not against the idea, but I don't know why they put him in. Monster vs. Godzilla, Gorosaurus. It's just a big T-Rex. Gigan, Gabra, Humunga, Shin Godzilla second form, Shin Godzilla third form, Shin Godzilla fourth form, Rodan, where is he? Itachi, the shithead, freaking killed Crimson Goat. Kiru, I butchered that name probably, sorry. Mecha Godzilla 2019, and fucking Zilla for some reason. The guy, I don't know why they include Zilla, but that's pretty cool. The guy with the best alpha call ever. Have you watched King of the Monsters? Heisei Godzilla? Pretty cool, I'm not even gonna lie. Thermonuclear Godzilla, and Big Monkey, and Destroya. Now on to 4.0. Kaiju. Primeape? What? Anyway, Best Mecha Godzilla, Tokyo SOS Godzilla. Oh my god. My misunderstood friend. What is that supposed to mean? I'll never find out. Shit up. Godzilla Cross-eyed Old Devil, one of the best kaiju designs in Final Wars. Kamada Kun, aka third form Shin Godzilla. The first quad-side kaiju, also Monster vs. Godzilla, and JJ. Now we move on to the best version of the game, in my opinion. It's the one I started playing, not gonna lie. Kaiju Arisen 5.0 launched on December 15, 2023, I believe. I don't know. I don't know. It would kick off the start of the best kaiju game on Roblox, or best version of the kaiju game on Roblox. Like most of you guys watching, Kaiju Arisen 5.0 was when I started playing the game. And I'm glad I started playing the game in its prime because because of the stacked updates in Kaiju. Anyway, updates. Disclaimer for the video for this update section. I don't know all the information and if it's correct or not, so don't dogpile me in the comments. Alright. During Year 1 of Kaiju Rising getting updated before Toho sent death threats to developers. There's about a few updates adding some kaiju and maps alike. Like Cherno Alpha being added, and -1 being added, and Striker, and that guy, the JJ. Nobody cares about him. And with the Striker update, there was a ranked game mode, which is pretty cool. I wish I was able to play it, because I wasn't playing at the time. And the kaiju. Alright, so yeah, let's see the kaiju. Let's see how much is there here. 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 19 kaiju if you don't consider the kaiju that developers only have access to. Alright, let me name the kaiju off. Yeah, even the dev only ones. We got the Zesty Jaeger, Eva. I'm calling any mech that has piloted a Jaeger, by the way, in this video. French Hater, Knife Goat, Dead Jaguar, like the newer one. Food, Bird Kong, Thing, Shin Godzilla, one of the best Godzillas, Heisei Godzilla, one of the best incarnations of Mecha Godzilla, Showa Mecha, one of the, oh my, everyone's favorite Gigan. Oh no. Best Mecha Godzilla, in my opinion, Mecha 2021. An Angel of Death, Satchel, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Only in a video game, Obsidious. Funny Cross-Eyed Lizard, 1954. Everyone's favorite mech slash skeleton of 1954 slash Mechagodzilla. Russian Powerhouse, Cherno Alpha, Aussie Jaeger, Striker, and then Kim, award winner -1, Dev Kaiju, pretty neat name, Daiju, and then this guy, and then so after listing all the kaiju off, I will go in depth, because I can, about what the different kaiju can do and some things I've learned about them, aka tech. So I thought this should, editing me. So while editing this video, I thought I should showcase the kaiju and movesets in different videos, because I feel it would be a good second video. And I am too lazy to write all that out. So we're just gonna move on to the community. So, good and bad. I have a lot to talk about the community, so I'll address the mass problem he has first. Teamers, you little fucker. I don't mean to call anyone out here, but they're always being evil, sickening retro swap their bad at the game and team. What is the point? A day ago, while writing this part of the script, 4 jet jaguars were chasing me for about 20 minutes until a group of Godzillas decided to help me out and start attacking them. And I had a really cinematic fight with the leader of the jet jaguars. By the way, wait, hold on. Also, when you're killing someone, at least a Eva, jet jaguar, or a striker will try to team as well. And I'm a striker main, as you know, and strikers are getting the reputations ruined by these people known as teamers. Yet again, I'm a striker main, and this freaking sucks. But when I see a newer player, I let them team. Here's why. It's because they are new, they don't know how to play, and when they're teaming with someone, they're usually both bad. So when they're teaming, I just let it happen because, like, I mean, the newer player needs to get GT so that they can, you know, get a good character. And yeah, anyway, so we have discussed the evil side of this community, the sickening disgraces. Let's discuss the good side. If you haven't played Kaiju Arisen, and you're a pacifist unless provoked, you've probably seen people gather around the beach or anywhere on the map and just get in a circle or a weird shape and start doing a bunch of taunts and using emojis because it's funny. And because they're chill and they don't want to fight or they're bored. And also, in every server I'm in, this at least happens once or twice, until someone breaks up the circle and starts killing someone in said circle. And also this leads to teaming, because apparently someone you just met on a random server can't just respawn and fight them again, and you have to team and ruin someone's day that just wanted to fight someone. And usually I can't really do anything, just look at the teaming happen. Anyway, I just rant. I've also seen people help out newer players. Here's an example. I was in a server, and then someone joined and asked to help grind for characters because they haven't played this game in a while, and all their progress got reset. And so one guy said, "Yeah, I'll help you," and he let the newer player kill them until they got, you know, the character that they wanted, and then they started being friends. It was pretty cool, I'm not even gonna lie. Also, another example is when I help my friends with grinding, I usually like let them kill me a bunch because I don't mind. Another thing I have to shout about the community is not an official wiki. This wiki is amazing. I would probably not be able to make this script without it, and video, so props to them. Another thing, sometimes when I start standing by myself looking at a battle of random people brawling to death, some random person will go up and start taunting and using emojis every time. I'm somewhat shocked because I have no idea who they are. They just spawned in, ran over to me, and started spamming cool Mechagodzilla emojis. I guess this is the way people interact in this game. It's very weird to me. Just like the bite of 87 that had to shut down a location, Kaiju Arisen had to be shut down due to Toho being a very kind person. Being a bitch. And not accepting free advertisement because they're stupid. I'm sorry. After November last year, Toho went on a spree of purging kaiju games on Roblox, including Kaiju Universe, your guys' favorite game for some reason. When Kaiju Universe got taken down, Kaiju Arisen developers noticed and was like, oh shit. So they took down the game before Toho could even know the game existed. And for a few months of, and then a few months of silence from the devs, and then Kaiju Rising got brought back in February. There was also another Kaiju game that cost 100 Robux to enter, so probably isn't even worth it anyway. It's probably a scam. I didn't know they brought the Kaiju Rising back until March. I was bored and I decided to check if that game I used to play was back, and it was back. I was pretty happy because it's probably the only game on Roblox that they're really well made, and it's probably the only game on Roblox that you can play really well made Striker Eureka. And some sort of angel skin. It looks cool, but yeah. So after I rediscovered the game, I found out pretty quickly that you can earn, oh, it's called G tokens. Pretty quickly. That's because after the purge, they decided to change the way XP and how you get GT packed. That's why I have 4 mil, and that's why I have almost 1 million XP. So, gain XP, you used to get 1 XP per hit. Now you get like 11 times more XP and 7 times more G tokens, which has made flexing golden skins cringe and a waste of time. I also should point out that golden skins look ugly as hell unless you have a really good PC, because they look really shit on console. Alright, let's talk about the future. Future game looks dull, and I'm kind of worried for it. Now, I'm not sure what they're gonna do with the game. They haven't updated it since bringing it back, and I have no idea what they could be adding in the future. Hopefully Slattern, he's on the list, on the wiki, like in order. He's my goat. So there were so many kaiju in development before the game got taken down, and I have no idea if they're developing, like if they're doing anything at all. I mean, the game got updated, like, I don't know, I don't know. Restart, cut that out. There were many kaiju in development before the game had been taken down. Now you're probably thinking, what could they have been adding? Future, this roster is amazing. Oh, it's fine. But I have an answer for you. I have no idea. They probably, but it looks like, you know, in the wiki, there are 4 kaijus near completion. They'll hopefully be added in the future. Shimo, Kong, Slattern, and Redo Swords. They also have plans for evolved Godzilla, which is pretty cool. Otachi, which is surprising. I didn't think they would add such a random kaiju from the movie. I mean, it's not really random, actually. Gipsy Danger. Crimson Typhoon. Let's go. Mothra. Shin Godzilla 4th form. OG Jet Jaguar, not this ripoff. They have plans of updating Heisei Godzilla, which is good. Another Mega Godzilla. Titano, King Caesar, Gabra, Manila, and also adding Godzilla from Tokyo SOS, which is long. There's also like a Discord message saying they have plans for EVA, but like they haven't even like worked on them, I think. Also, there are parts of the map that are inaccessible to many players, and for some reason, you can explore under the map through this tiny hole I found. Predictions, hopes for the game. Now, because I'm a huge fan, I obviously hope some things will get added to the game, like a new map. So when you actually take time to look around the map and not team, you can see these Hollow Earth. I don't know if we're gonna have to see if I might get out. You can see these Hollow Earth entrances, which makes me think there will be a new map addition. Well, new like map or addition to the map. Also, if you spawn at Plains 2 and look behind you, you can see an airport of sorts. Or if you use your camera, if your camera bugs out when you're looking at Plains 2, there's also a hangar and a plane model. Okay, hold on. I said that really. If you spawn at planes 2 and look behind you, you can see a airport of sorts, like a military airport probably, because in the wiki you can see these hangar and plane model. So I hope the map gets expanded upon. Now I'm sure we've all seen the massive crater in the left side of the map, so what could they possibly be adding there? I have no idea, but I think the community has put good use to it, holding tournaments. And I think they will add like a power plant of sort, power plant, because it would be pretty cool if there's like a power plant next to the city. Not that like 2 random power plant things, but like, you know, in that giant crater. I have no idea if they're considering the characters I want, because most of them are getting added to the game. And I hope they add Coyote Tango. Hell yeah. We all know this is the best Jaeger in existence. Look, he's even on the billboard fighting the Todd for some reason. I don't know, but it looks rad as hell. If they do add him to Kaiju Arisen, it's the best game ever created on Roblox, or just ever. It beats Halo, it beats Gears of War, Doom, it beats Helldivers, Assassin's Creed. It beats everything, man. Maybe they should add more EVA units, probably. I have no idea what they look like. I just know there's multiple of them, and then Skullcrawler, it would be cool if they add him. In the end, Kaiju Arisen the best game in Roblox, and the best fighting game. Too bad barely anyone plays it. So with new updates probably never coming to the game, I'm kind of getting bored of playing Strike Eureka. Playing as Mechagodzilla, that would be way better. With new updates, probably not coming to the game, all we can do is hope and pray at least they add something to the game. Look, it even says that game was updated June. They have to be cooking something up, right? This is pure copium speculation, by the way. Most of the things I said. My next video is probably going to be Kaiju Arisen or Modern Warfare 2 Veteran or some tier list. Because y'all enjoy the tier list so much. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video a lot. I'm experimenting on outros, so I'm just gonna start blabbering. Thanks for 100 subs. Fuck did I